The ceremony that we want to do today is for 25,000 people that you have had the opportunity to work with. And as I said to you before, I recognize some of you, and I want to say thank you, miigwech, from my heart, because this has been a difficult time and a difficult subject for everyone to be involved in. But it is a step in the healing of our people to the residential school. And when we say that, you have helped them on that journey. You have listened. You have recorded. You have felt emotional feelings for these people. Myself, I don't think I could do this job, but then it's not my job. I am to do this, the part of the healing. And for you that don't know about the smudge, it's made from the 4 medicines: the sweetgrass, the cedar, the tobacco, and the sage. And when we smudge with these medicine, it gives us a clear mind. It helps us speak from the heart. It helps us have a good memory of what we're about to get involved in here. The giveaway ceremony. If you've ever gone to the powwows and you've seen the blankets on the ground after with all the little gifts, you may go and choose a gift, because that is how we thank you for coming and participating with us at that time. Today we are going to do a giveaway ceremony. We have tiny, tiny little eagle feathers. Each one of you will choose one of those feathers, and you'll bring it up and you'll put it in this basket. And when you do that, these tiny eagle feathers, they are the closest to the eagle. And we really respect the eagle because she flies and he flies the highest. He takes our messages to Creator. So when you pick a feather and you bring it and you put it into the birch bark container, do it to release that person that you work with. Do it to release your sorrow that you feel from all the work that you have done with our people. I commend you all because you have been on this journey with us, with our people. I am a survivor, but now I am the woman who's walking the path that she was supposed to walk, because I was interrupted by the school. So I am going to give this basket to Pam, and she's going to take it to the western door. And when she gets to the western door, we will start over here. This lady will start first, and you'll come this way. And we have the basket in the east, and you will put your feather in there. And when we have completed this ceremony, we will then finish with a light refreshment. We'll take some of what we have out there in a little spirit plate and take it outside for the spirits, the little people. And when I close the lid on this, I will take this to my homeland in the Algonquin territory. And I will take it and release it to the river. And this will be one of the final parts of the healing for the people that you have worked with. Let your sadness go when you place your feather in the basket. Give it away. This is what we do. We give it away.
So while we are doing this, I do want to present you with some tobacco. Thank you very much for being here today.
The gift of tobacco that I received is for this ceremony. And I will take this tobacco and I will put it in with the feathers, and we will let that go to the river too. This is for what I'm doing and for what I will do. So the prayer that I'd like to say is, Creator, we thank you. We thank you for this file that we call it, that has been worked on tirelessly by your people. We thank you for recognizing our people for a most difficult time that they went through. We have walked on the land many thousands of years ago. We were always a people that was here, and we always received our visitors in kindness and in caring and in sharing. And when everything happened with the schools and we lost our children, a nation cannot live without their children. The women's hearts were on the ground. All our people depended on the alcohol to blot that memory out of losing their children and not being able to raise those children the old way. Many ceremonies were missed. Many traditions were not taught. And now when we're back on the road, we will teach our children. There's strong men, there's strong women, there's strong aunties, there's strong sisters, there's strong brothers, there's strong uncles. And I ask Creator to help you do that. Help them get that knowledge that they seek, that they've missed. About those gaps in their life, in their memories, where they think, when they see a ceremony, I know that. I know that. How do I know that? It is in our blood. It's in our DNA. We can't deny that. We embrace it. And Creator, for each person that lays the sacred eagle feather in the basket, and it goes to the river, we will do the fire there. We'll do the sacred fire to take these requests. I ask you, Creator, to help each and every one that's here in this room to feel that you have accomplished something as human beings. This is the saddest part of the history of our people. But you've made an effort to help us write that. So I ask you, Creator, to bless everyone in the room with good thoughts and good deeds, and to continue on your journey until this file is closed. Be watched. Now we can start. When you go home tonight and you're reflecting with your family and you're sharing that meal together, think how traditional that is to share a meal with your family. And think how lucky you are. And if you have them little babies and they have captured your heart and you think how lucky I am. How very lucky I am. Because this is today, it's not 150 years ago. You know, and we all love our children unconditionally. It doesn't matter what color they are. We love them all. Because they are our children. They are part of our family. They are part of the next generations that is going to come and be our leaders. They're innocent. And it is your responsibility to love them, to guide them, and never let anyone take your children from you. Because too many people's hearts have been broken, too many dreams interrupted, and too many tears cried. So again, I want to say miigwech to you all. one girl said to me, oh, I don't do anything really, you know, I don't deal with the clients. She says, I'm just a secretary. Excuse me. You are more than a secretary. If it wasn't for you, who would put the paperwork around? And who would do this and who would do that? And you're doing it with a good heart. I say make much to you all on behalf of my people and the file that you're on. I know it's called a file, but at least it's called something. We're not pushed under the rug no more. We are finally having a say about what has happened in the lives of the Native people. There was a teacher here at noon, and a Native teacher, and she is working on curriculum and bringing the story of our peoples to be taught in the schools. Wow, it's time. We had accomplishments. We had our own government structures. We had our councils. I was at a children's gathering one time, and the little boy said to his grandfather, Grandfather, who will teach us about the voices in the wind? And how do we hold council without our next of kin? Will there ever be laughter? And who will be the keeper of our dreams? And his grandfather hung his head and cried. But that little boy said, don't worry, Grandpa. Mashromas, don't worry. I will teach you. I will teach you. And when he said that, I knew that there was hope for us and for the coming generations. So again, we'll conclude this if we can stand and join hands. We thank you, Creator, for this circle. We thank you for this ceremony. I thank you for allowing me to share this ceremony. I thank you for letting me help give the voice to the people. And I ask that you look after all the people that work with the files and our people. Because justice has prevailed. And it will till the end. Miigwech.
Put into the basket. There was an intention of letting the claimant go and letting your feelings go. That you felt remorse, you felt human when you interacted with our people, with the Aboriginal people, in such a trying time. The building to my right is the place where all these decisions were made many, many years ago about how to treat the Native people and how to assimilate them. It was signed there in that house. It was voted on in that house. And it was implemented from that house. So it's quite fitting for us to be here because the apology many, many years later was made on the floor of that house. There was this organization that was put into place, and we celebrated 25,000 claimants that were looked after, that finally got the respect that they deserved. And when we release the feathers, it will go past that place. The river only travels one way, it never comes back. That will take that down the river. It will go to the ocean. So when you put your feather in the water, let those feelings go. Maybe you're doubting yourself, well, I could have done more. No. you did what you could do at the time. You interacted with our people in a dignified, respectful way. And that's why we're gathered here today, because Native people are big on respect. And our brothers and sisters, the geese are here. And the goose represents the family. And the geese get together and they're all in that family unit. And if the mother goose should perish, the aunties come in and raise the children. And that's why we look to them for our teachings about family. We have water here because water is sacred to us all. And it's no surprise that we were brought here with the water on both sides of us and our feathered friends here with us. I brought the medicines out of respect for all creation here. They come in colors. We're respecting our Métis brother and sisters, for they were part of this too. The reason that we let the feathers go into the river is for them to be purified and for them to travel down the river. And that was as much for the people that work with the claimants as it is for the claimants. And because, like, Parliament Building is there, and I spoke before about why it was very important for the feathers to go past there, because the claimants can now have a day where probably today they all gave a big sigh of relief, but they didn't know why, because that's the final part of the journey of the giveaway, as we call it. And then they floated out from the shore and went out into the swifter water, and they went into the middle of the river and made their way down, and they will go to the ocean. So when the Native people give their stories, their experiences that they had at residential school, that is the first step towards healing. Because once we give it, then we can do other things because it's not consuming us. And being a survivor, I had to do this too. I had to make that peace, and I found it at the river. The eagle represents to us the one that can take our messages to Creator, because they fly the highest, because they have endurance, they have strength. And that's why we chose the tiny eagle feathers, because they are the innocence of the people. And now that they